Stencils. Stencils work with sculpting tools, and we can apply an image and we can make sculpting details onto the surface of our model. Well, a stamp applies this image to our tooltip. A stencil applies this image to our viewing plane. So here I have a viewing plane in which I can see all three sides of this cube. So stencils work pretty much like our real-world stencils do. So the black values of the stencil act as an opaque and protect our model. So in other words, when we spray paint on a stencil, it's going to stop the paint from going through on the black areas. The white areas is going to pass through the stencil and it's going to affect the surface of our model. So any area outside of our stencil will be unaffected. So stencils are good for making things like scales and veins, irregular geometry, lines, different geometric shapes, etc. So I'm going to go over here into stencil. I'm going to pick on a boilerplate here. You can see that it's popped up here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to run my left mouse right through the stencil, and I applied some sculpting details. I'm going to turn off my stencil here, and you can see here that it put that sculpting details on all three surfaces. So in other words, it sprayed through the sculpting and the stencil and allowed it to sculpt it on all surfaces that could see that viewing plane. So it doesn't have to be flat on one surface. It'll apply right through wherever my viewpoint is, or from my camera's point of view. So stencils are another way of sculpting details onto our model.